Hi guys, it's Miss Hensler again. This is the last chapter in how to use these school databases most efficiently for your Shakespeare project. And in general, there are three additional databases besides Britannica School that are going to be useful for you. So this is where we get into the territory where not every single database is going to be useful for every single topic. It kind of depends on where you are focusing your attention. So the first one I want to start with, if you have a person, like you have William Shakespeare or you have Queen Elizabeth or somebody else who is a person who you need to do some research on, a good place to start is going to be biography and context, because this is going to focus primarily on biography. So this is similar to an encyclopedia, but it is really focusing on biographical material. You're not going to get just general knowledge information if it's not associated with a specific person. So we're going to do just the same thing we did before and look for William Shakespeare. So that is going to bring us to the William Shakespeare page. So we can see you've got 9 biographical articles that are also showing up down here. You have the most general one is going to be the kind of landing page at the top, so this header. Any featured content, so this is going to be trending stories or stories that are newer. These are all from 2016. You are also going to find any news stories, so things that might pop up that might be associated with Shakespeare. This is a really good place if you have have a person who you are researching. Again, you're going to find a lot of biographical content. You might find some general knowledge information that is going to be associated with a person, but for the most part, you're going to be focusing on biographical content. So just opening up that landing page. Scrolling down, you've got a general overview of who Shakespeare was, his career broken down into sections. This is really similar to what you would get on like a Wikipedia again, except everything in this article is going to be reputable and is going to be peer reviewed. That's not necessarily a guarantee with an online source like Wikipedia. And you've also got citation tools that are built in. So over here on the sidebar, you see the citation tool option. You can go ahead and select that. It's going to give you the citation information. So this is the most recent edition of MLA. You can copy that and put it directly into your works cited page if you want. You can also export it directly to your Google Drive. Those are going to go to separate Google Docs though. So each assignment will be in a separate, or each article will be in a separate doc, which just might not be the most practical way to go about it. So that is an option. You also have the ability to email an article to yourself if you are not able to finish it in class, but you know you want to have easy access to it later on. You can email it either as a link or as a PDF so that you don't have to worry about being able to access the site later on. You can download it, so you can download it as a PDF if this is something you know you want to come back to, or you can save it to your Google Drive if it's, again, something you know you want to come back to. It's going to ask you for permission. Right. So that is now going to be in your drive. It's been sent. It will appear shortly. If you download it too as a PDF, and this is the same as it'll show up in a Google Doc, if you open that up and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see your citation information right at the bottom. So it's done for you. You just have to worry about what information you are taking from this document. You don't necessarily have to worry about how to format your works cited entry. It's done for you. So it's nice, it's convenient if you have a person. If you have a larger idea, like you have something like medicine during the Renaissance, biography and context isn't going to be terribly helpful to you. In fact, none of these 9 that are associated with the arts and humanities will be particularly helpful for you. What I'm going to recommend doing is heading over to the History tab and selecting World History and Context. This is really similar to the Biography and Context page, except here you're dealing with historical sources, not just biographical ones. And if you have one of those broader topics, something that's not necessarily about a specific person, I'm going to recommend using an advanced search. So this is where you can start to kind of narrow down your search. So let's say I'm interested in medicine. That's my keyword, but I'm really interested in medicine in Renaissance England or in Elizabethan England. I got 3 keywords there. I'll go ahead and search. So this is kind of disappointing because I searched medicine in Elizabethan England and I only have 3 sources that are popping up. One of them is a solution for AIDS from 1996. That doesn't look like that's going to be particularly useful for me. So in that case, this does not mean that you throw in the towel. It does mean that you think about changing your search terms. So medicine, Elizabethan England was clearly not a great result. What if we try just medicine and Elizabethan? We get rid of the England part. That broadens it out a little bit. We get a few more articles, but things like turning base matter into gold, that doesn't really sound like something that I want to be looking at. So I can refine my results even further by changing my search terms. So if I go back to advanced search, still looking for medicine, but maybe instead of Elizabethan medicine, maybe I try Renaissance. Now I'm getting a lot more information, and just scanning through, I'm getting science in the Renaissance, I'm getting the influence of the Renaissance, those drugs, medicine, and the early modern stage, medieval and Renaissance drama in England, right? Those drugs and theater, like those seem to be topics that are a lot more closely related to what I might be looking at presenting to the class. So that is world history and context. It's something that's going to be useful if you have one of those broader topics, but you might have to get creative about your search terms. The last resource that I want to bring everybody to, if you are back at the Nipmuc High School Gale database page, it's going to be up here at the top, this link for eBooks. So these are just like normal books, except they are digital. And the nice thing about that is that they are searchable. So this is one point where this sidebar search might actually be really useful. So go ahead and search your terms. We can try Renaissance medicine. And we're getting all of the books where Renaissance and medicine is popping up in a specific section that might be interesting for us to look at or might be useful. So ebooks are a little more hit or miss. It depends on whether or not there is an ebook that is going to be relevant to your specific search. However, when you're looking at ebooks, these are all of the ebooks, and there are literally hundreds. So odds are good. These topics are showing up in one or another. So if you're not getting any luck with biography and context, you're not getting any luck with world history and context, think about looking for an ebook. If none of those work, go back, start refining your search terms or get a little bit more creative with your search terms. That'll be a really good place to help. And advanced searches are always a good idea if you need to narrow down your search, because you can link multiple keywords, you can find specific documents, you can say I only want something with that information in the title, that information in the publication. You can get a little bit more specific with your searches. So that is all I got. Thank you for sticking around, and I will be happy to help you with anything you need the next time I see you. Have a good one, and I will see you soon. Bye.